Is Chief Jerry Chukwueke, political affairs analyst and former chief technical advisor to the Imo State governor. He does favor us from time to time, and today is one of those days. So, good morning to you.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
There's a way in which we want to talk about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reform agenda. When he was away in Brazil, he described it in poetic terms, you know, that, look, he is aware that things are tough, but they were indispensable, you know. I think the exact phrase he used was, my reforms are like bitter medicine, and they have to be taken. First of all,
to get the cure.
To get the cure.
Absolutely.
And if people bother to read the story beyond the poetic headline, they will see that he had said that Nigeria needs to be reset. And so this is where we are. First of all, what are your impressions of President Tinubu from time to time acknowledging that this is a bitter pill, but yes, always quick to come back on, guys, there is no choice if we're going to survive?
That's an interesting conversation to have. Because in my view, where he keeps pointing at is that our local people in the rural areas, the people of Nigeria, the common man, the average man and woman, need to feel the impact of the reforms that have been positive. That's where he is going. And that is why he makes a conscious effort all the time to remind our governors and local government structures to take the opportunities of the reform agenda results as they continue to accumulate to impact our local people. All politics is local. Listen, the best way governors and local government chairmen of my party, the APC, and remember I speak from a private sector standpoint, that's right, who I am.
That's right.
The best way to support Mr. President's agenda, including his re-election, is to get out and get the impact of the positive and accumulating results of the reform agenda to impact the lives of our people in the local environment. That's where the deficit is.
Okay.
Now, let's dimension it a bit further. Last month, money at FAC distributable to the tiers of government, federal and subnationals, hit 2 trillion. The month before that, it was 1.8 trillion. It doesn't end there. States that are a part of the oil-producing states, Niger Delta and so on, their 13% derivation is doubled. So the monies are flowing. Now, our governors, particularly the APC governors, must take the lead. Our people in the local environment have to feel this impact and can feel and smell and touch the impact of the reform agenda of Mr. President. Some governors are doing so. I know others are planning to join. In my state, for example. Imo, my governor has increased minimum wage to 104,000. That's a good thing. He's increased salaries for doctors, teachers. They're recruiting more teachers. That's a good thing. He's has several meetings with local government chairmen, encouraging them to do more in their local communities. They have more money now to spend. What else is he doing? Okobi, supporting the Okobi. One kindred, one business. To say, stakeholders come together in each kindred and put some funds together or seek support to start some business activity that can create jobs. He's invested money in the Imo Digital Center, where thousands of young people are being trained and equipped to be part of the global workforce. I'm not even going to get into so many of them. The Orashi Energy City, where is it now engaging with investors to bring power supply to Imo. All of these require heavy investments. But having said that, you like his politics or not, what I'm talking about are the things on the ground that he's doing. And many other governors are also doing the same, different things. In Enugu, even in Ebonyi, Kaduna, look at what many governors, in Akwa Ibom State, empowerment of small businesses. Federal government just stepped up the game. As we speak, in all wards of the Federation, 1,000 people, lists now being compiled, that 100,000 naira each to 1,000 persons per ward, small businesses, traders, to help empower their business so they can hire 1 or 2 people, expand it to what extent. And if you qualify for more assistance, the state governments will look at them because they have microcredit. So that's the point I'm making. Get more of the impact to the local government and those rural areas. So you have more roads, drainage, improvement on security, key to how we get this impact going. Remember, that's my focus. How do we get the results of this reform touching more and more of the lives of our people?
What about that idea of liaison officers? When these monies that are being, these humongous monies, 2 trillion in a month, this is beyond small change. How do we ensure that those that still need to be encouraged are indeed doing what the monies were disbursed for in the first place?
Yes, so Mr. President, as you know, meets with the governors regularly, officially or formally and even informally. And he continues to hammer away on the importance of taking full advantage of the opportunity now available in terms of robust funding to impact our local areas. But he goes beyond that. I'm sure you're aware that only in the last few days, Mr. President approved the South-South Economic Development Commission, Southwest Economic Development Commission,
that's right, and
the North-Central Economic Development Commission. He had already prior approved the Southeast Development Commission and went one step further, approved the establishment of the Southeast Investment Company and provided seed money, grant of 250 billion naira to enable them set up a structure to begin to attract investment and be part of raising money through equity funding for development to support what the governors and local governments are doing. Infrastructure, hospitals, education, any of the key areas of common value to those zones. That's the same thing I'm sure he's going to do with all these development commissions he just approved, taking the reform agenda and the results that we are now seeing back to our people. All politics is local. And I keep emphasizing that the best ways our governors, particularly the APC governors, can support Mr. President's re-election bid, when we get to that, is to get more work done in the local environments, our common people, suppliers, vendors, the teachers, small hospitals, health care, roads, bridges, drainage, jobs, and more jobs. The more our people feel the impact of this reform agenda, the more they're going to look favorably.
Indeed, the more reassured.
So they got work to do.
Indeed.
They're doing, but they got to do more.
Okay, I have someone else on the line. Yes. But can I just advise all people who call in to please not try and listen to the program off their television set. please, when you speak with us and listen to what we say while you are on air, let it be via your phone. It causes problems if you try to raise the volume of your television set when you call in purporting to talk with us. Having said that, it's really for all viewers to help the smooth running of the program. A retired AIG, Mr. Durosimi, is on the line. Good morning to you, sir. Mr. Durosimi, can you hear us? Please go on.
Hello?
We are waiting for you. Please go on.
This is AIG Durosimi retired online.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Good morning there. I want to agree with the president that the measures taken are just like chloroquine. For those of us who know chloroquine, we know how bitter it is. But taking chloroquine, the use is very, very, very good. So the actually removal of fuel subsidy and as well as unification of the system in this country. But the government as subnational should be able to support the president in their project, especially agriculture. Agriculture is very important. Why the president is trying to make agriculture sexier with imposition of tractors and other machinery from abroad. Our government and local government chairman too should support the government by at least bringing in handheld tractors, the ones that can use petrol, the ones that ordinary man can actually buy or hire. Instead of our youth riding Okada all about, they can get this type of machine to work in Nigerian farms. Now, in addition to that, what is happening to our solid minerals? Solid minerals, gold, and we have everything in Nigeria. We should pay attention to gold being stolen, being taken away from Zamfara by the bandits. And the one we have locally in Ilcha and all the rest, gold can actually help our naira. We need to strengthen the naira. Otherwise, our neighbors will be coming to buy our food at a cheaper rate. Mr. President is doing very, very well, and those measures are actually stabilizing the economy. But the government as subnational should try their best, just like Governor of Mo is doing, Governor of Kebbi is doing, Governor of Saibom is doing, and Governor of Niger is doing. They should support. If you can get all APC governors doing the right thing, actually Nigeria will be better off. Great decisions have been taken, and we are seeing the effects in the economy. Anyone who has taken chloroquine before knows that when taking chloroquine is bitter, but at the end of the day, the malaria will surely go. I agree with the President 100%.
Okay. Thank you very much. But I think talking medically with the example of chloroquine that you used, I think doctors are phasing out the use of chloroquine. You know what? But we get the point.
Made, yes.
The point is made.
Yes, the point. Is, so let me just piggyback on it. One of the key points you made, and that is the issue of what Mr. President is doing with regards to first commercial agriculture.
Okay.
We have to learn these things because part of how you part of how you work it is to bring in private sector participation.
Okay.
In our rural areas and farmlands, if you partner with private sector and they get to run it, it makes it easier to train and manage our people in that direction. As opposed to handling everything governmentally at that level and just, as it were, dumping equipment on each state. A lot of our young people are technology savvy and they can become the trainer's trainer. They learn and they teach others. It requires, in my view, private sector partnership. Okay. At the subnational levels. Okay. That is important. Okay. Now, the second point he made had to do with solid minerals. That is a major low-hanging fruit for this government. Look, you see the initial efforts they are making. You have security agencies going after illegal miners, clearing them out the way, okay, prosecuting them. Is the foundation for essentially creating an enabling environment for investors to come and mine for not just rare earth minerals, but also the many minerals we have, gold and copper and so on. Now, if Mr. President and his team continue to make progress in that regard, I want you to imagine the sort of revenue that will eventually start to come into the federal coffers as a result of export earnings from solid minerals. That's what he was talking about.
Yes.
And that is very important. For many, many, many years, it was abandoned to bandits and all manners of illegal, immigrants who just came in to exploit our minerals and take them away. I'm not opposed to immigrants, but we need to do the right thing.
We need to do it the right way.
And the right way. So I think the effort in trying to sanitize that environment so that it will be enabling for investors to now start to participate in it, both local and foreign investors.
We keep going back to this point about an enabling environment.
That's the key.
That's the key to it
That
all.
is the key.
But let me not lose sight of Kesandu, who has called in from Owerri. Good morning, Kesandu. Thank you for calling in. Kesandu, good morning.
Good morning, Kuyori.
Okay, please go ahead.
Good morning, Kuyori. Can you hear
Good
me?
morning, sir. We're waiting for you. There's a lag. We have a lag, but please go ahead. I hope you're not listening to us off your television set.
Good morning, Kuyori.
Kesandu, good morning, Biko.
Hello, Kuyori. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead now. I can hear you. But you can't use your television set to be listening to the program while you are calling in. So please go ahead if you are speaking into your phone. Go ahead, sir. There's this. Hello, were you going to say something? Go on, go on. We're waiting. We want to hear from you. Kesandu. Kesandu.
Good morning, Kuyori.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ndejiri Chikweke.
Yes.
My name is Kesan. I'm calling you from Itoboma this morning. You see, sir, I just want to believe, Chief, that the illustration you made about the government for the president is just a joke, because I strongly believe that there is no basis to genuflect if you want to do something right. But that is aside. Please, sir, I perfectly agree with you for all you've said. You understand? For highly cerebral people like you and exposed people like you, some of these things are very, very cool and okay. But I want to say, sir, if the president or any leader can actually wake up in the morning, because some of us Nigerians are becoming so uncomfortable that want to destroy policies or want to destroy the country or want to do certain things that will have adverse effect on the country, it doesn't take so much time. But when it comes to reviewing the country and actually trying to talk, they're telling us to have so much patience. I want to say something. If a woman from Itoboma could wake up in the morning that she bought yesterday to go to Oriago market and bought oil for 300 naira, waking up in the morning that the Mr. President subsidy has stopped, and everything in the whole market skyrocketed. And now they are still coming back to tell the woman it's such drastic measures and ensure that we're getting and fixing things right. This same woman is buying a bag of rice for almost 100,000 too, sir. And they're telling this woman that yes, there are significant things happening in the economy, whereas the facts on ground are not saying it. So you go to a common market and you cannot purchase anything. That is the truth. You go to the least market around, we can't get anything. And you're telling these people that, yes, there are significant things. But, sir, I think there is nobody that can even be president of Nigeria today and take certain drastic measures and for us to start getting things right. Because I'm not saying that things should be done immediately. Everything will have to be fixed immediately. But please, there are certain things to alleviate the sufferings of the masses. And those things, we are not really seeing them. And that's the word.
Okay, Kesandu, you've made your point. Let Jerry, have an opportunity to address them.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. First, the point I made about the governor of Niger State was only a figure of speech. he was a member of the delegation to Brazil. And the focus he had was what Mr. President was working on, the commitment of the Brazilian business community to invest in livestock value chain.
Yes.
And so when I said he genuflected on that, he was basically appreciative. That's what I was talking about. Figure of speech, I was appreciative of Mr. President encouraging that investment opportunity, which he feels strongly, and rightly so, will benefit his people tremendously. And you can see what he did a couple of days ago. He dissolved his cabinet yesterday, looking for more people, better people. How do I implement, get ready, get a more enabling environment? I have people who want to put money in my state. That's what he's thinking about. Now, I'm going to come to these local environments, local areas we're talking about, because that's the point he was making, isn't it? Well, how our people are feeling. Now, I want you to imagine, when we talk about what's happening in some states, when you increase salaries, when you do a safety net empowerment, like 100,000 naira in each ward for 1,000 people, when you hire more teachers, when you now let more local government monies flow to the local governments, small contractors and vendors and so on, that's addressing part of what he's talking about. But having said that, inflation, which was another point he made indirectly, is actually stabilizing and coming down. Even food.
The effects are still biting,
yes,
in what Kesandu was relating to, and it is undeniable.
It is undeniable.
But is it where it was at the very beginning?
He made a point about a bag of rice, 100,000. I don't know when he was last in the market. I don't know when he was last in the market, but the price of a bag of rice is come down to between 65 and 80,000. That's what's correct. So are things getting better? Yes, but step by step, because these reforms, the results will take some time. But the issue is subnationals, governors, and local governments, get on with more work. You got more money to help our people achieve not just more economic stability, but the impact of these reforms.
And there's a lot of work to be done.
Indeed.
Nobody is denying that.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
You know, Jerry, I want to thank you very much. I really want to appreciate you. It's always exciting when you come on. And, you know, it's also full of knowledge, but then, you know, former chief technical advisor to the Imo State governor. I suppose one can relate to that. Also a political affairs analyst.
Thank
you. We don't have the time, but there will be another day.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. So my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Indeed. Pleasure is all ours. So we're going to have to leave it there today.